Hey everyone, it's Ramsey here with Wahlpro. Today I'm going to be doing a haircut tutorial for you. What I'll be demonstrating is a medium graduated brush bag. The tools that I'm going to use today include the new cordless senior, the Wahl Big Mag, and the all-in-one blade. Hey guys, so I'm starting the model off prepped, clipped up in two sections up top. One section being in the front from the apex forward, and then one section being in the crown. What this is going to do is allow me to connect each part of the haircut in order and keep everything clean as well. Okay, so at this part of the haircut, I'm going to comb through the hair, start getting a feel for the texture, making my first initial section at the corner of the sideburn. Pulling the hair down, getting a good feel on what I want my choice of length to be. Now I'm going to take my section, vertical diagonal, introduce the hair to the comb from underneath, pull the hair outward, keeping maximum tension, and cutting with the clipper. Now I'm going to make my subsequent section just behind section 1, bringing section 2 to section 1 as a form of over direction. I'm going to scoop the hair from underneath, bring it to section 2, pay attention to my guide and cutting line, check my work, and cut. And in this process, we're going to do the same process moving all the way to the back of the head, moving section 3 to section 2, section 4 to section 3, so on and so forth, all the way to the back section of the head. As we're moving to behind the ear, this could be a tricky spot to stay clean and neat. The trick is to keep your sections organized so the hair is easily picked up, cutting to your second knuckle on your finger and reintroducing the cut hair to the uncut hair to keep your guide easily visible. As we move towards the back of the head, we're going to be working with slightly more elevation. This is going to allow the hair to stack onto each other nicely while gaining length moving down towards the back of the head. Now as we move to the back of the head, we come to the point where the head starts to round. We are pulling the hair off from the direction of hair growth in the shape of the head, creating a round shape. I'm going to continue my graduation all the way down to this line. That will complete the side panel. Now I'm checking the lengths to see what length I need to go with to match the other side. Creating my vertical diagonal section, combing down, scooping the hair from underneath, and I'm going to repeat the same process that I did on the other side. At this point of the cut, the graduation is done, and I'm going to go back through and refine any spots that have excess hair. Generally, in a graduated haircut, when you're done doing the graduation, there is a peak in the middle of the back of the head. So I'm going to pull up in horizontal sections, starting from the bottom and just knocking out the peak, as you can tell right here. Just using point cutting technique to soften up the cut without making any blunt lines, because I don't want to add any harsh weight or any new lines in my haircut. After checking the hair with my fingers, I'm going to now drop the first section from the top and introduce it into the back, connecting the two. Now connecting the top, we pulled our first section down. We're going to be creating a more triangular shape, gaining length towards the front. To connect the top to the back, we're going to use vertical sections, pulling the section upward and finding the hair that was cut in the back and connecting that to the hair up top. Now we'll be releasing the front panel of the hair and now connecting the front panel to the back panel using a profile guide. Getting rid of any unneeded hair, combing the hair back that was already cut, starting with our first initial section line. It's going to be at the corner of the eyebrow as a reference point. Using a section clip to hold that hair down. Then moving on to our next line, using the eyebrow again as a reference. Pull the hair over and section clip that hair as well. Now we are left with our profile guide, which is going to be responsible for creating the silhouette of the haircut. Pulling the hair upward, connecting the back now to the front. We can see the guideline created and the hair that's left over that needs to be cut. As we move to the front, pay close attention to the movement of the root. We're going to slight over direct backwards, keeping length as we move to the front, enhancing that triangular shape. Now as we cut the side panels horizontally, we're going to be creating a slight round shape, allowing the hair to blend nicely into the sides. Releasing our first section, I'm going to groom the hair forward. Pulling the hair out at the angle of the head, the roundness of the head. Create our first section, grooming the hair away that needs to be combed away, pulling up, and now we can see our profile guide and the hair that now needs to be cut. Cutting across, holding the hair in our hand, pulling up the next section to the round shape of the head and clipping off that corner. grooming the hair away. Now to work on our next section. And we will be working this procedure all the way to the front of the head, pulling up sections about the width of your finger to ensure that you're not over directing any hair and getting untrue lengths. Replicating what we did on the other panel, we're going to replicate the same process on the other side of the head as well. Now that all the dry work is complete, I'm going to now spray the hair down, add product, and blow dry into the shape created. What this allows me to do is see the shape I created, see how the hair is going to be worn when it's styled, to tinker with, change, and add any personalization to the haircut. I'm using the Wahl 1919 paste as a pre-blow dry applicant to add some grit to the hair after the hair is totally dry. Thoroughly applying the product throughout the whole head, the hair is ready to be rough blow dried. And at this point, I'm just blowing the hair around in the shape I'm going to be creating when it's finished, but not refining it with a comb yet. Getting the hair just about 75% dry, reducing the amount of time that you have to spend actually blow drying the hair with a brush. Now that the rough blow dry is complete, I'm going to put my concentrator on my blow dryer and now refine the blow dry with a vent brush. As you can now see, we are achieving a nice amount of volume, and the shape that we created is starting to come into play beautifully. What I am doing now is grabbing the hair with the vent brush, pulling the hair upward, creating tension, and blow drying the hair to create volume. Running my fingers through the hair, I'm getting a good visual idea of certain areas that need to be refined. I'm going through now with the big mag and thinning out certain areas of the neckline to allow the hair to move more freely and be in a more natural, loose shape. After my refinement process is complete, I threw a little bit of paste on the back of my hand to put through the hair and just add a little bit of hydration where needed. Working through, as I run my fingers through the hair, paying attention to how the hair wants to sit naturally and also how it can enhance the shape that we created through technicality, combining a technical haircut with creativity. Thanks for watching. Hey guys, thanks for watching today. If you have any questions, drop a comment below and I'll be sure to answer. Thank you.